Good morning, folks. Happy Monday. Today I'm going to share with you a few Christmas ornament projects that I have created, and then I'm going to share with you how I created them. So these are the ornaments that I have been making. I made these last year as well. However, last year I didn't know what I know now. So now they have completely changed. Sorry, folks. They are double-sided. So they are 3D, and they are pretty heavy duty. They're not super bendy. They are pretty big in size, I believe. Let's see. They are about 4¼ by, they're about 4¼ in circumference all the way around, which is pretty decent size for ornaments. So this is my beautiful blue one. And I used the some really pretty just pearls. You know, you can use your sticker pearls. You can use rhinestones. Last year, I was actually buying costume jewelry earrings, sets of earrings, and putting big rhinestones in the center. So it just depends on your personal taste and preference. Here's my pastel pink one. They always change for me, so I'm always doing them different. And then here's my silver and white. And this one's really pretty. Just love how this one turned out in the really pretty ribbon. So I'm going to share with you how I created them. I used a lot of products from my stash, but I also used some staples from Tamara's store, which is Country Craft Creations, which I will link below to her channel and to her store so you can check that out. What you will need is you will need snowflake dies. Now these are the ones I have. These are the ones I use. This is the Anna Griffin one. This is my staple. This is the one that makes my base. And for this project, I used this and this. I think this is a big quick cuts or K cuts, and this is a spellbinders. So you can use whatever you want, but I suggest you use a large, medium, and a small, and that will be your staple. Now, in order to make this, you will need 2 of the large, 2 of the medium, and 2 of the small. So it will look like this. You will need 2 of the base, because this is your base, so you will want to double that. These will not be doubled, but you will want to double your initial big piece. So, with that being said, that's what you need for that. And then of course you need your rosettes. So here's the start of my rosettes. I used a really cute little border punch from Fiskars. It's an older border punch, but super pretty. And that's what I use to make it the 3D pop-up instead of foam, because the foam you can see in these ornaments, and I just felt like using a rosette this time would be a lot better. Now, for the effect of these, and I don't know if you can see it in the video very well, but they are hinted with shimmer. Let me see if I can turn this around so you can see. Do you see the hints of pink and that shiny shimmer? Well, what I used was this right here from Country Craft Creations store. It's called Sugar Glimmer Spray from Bo Bunny. It has beautiful coverage, and what I have found with this, as opposed to many other sprays, is I can spray this with the shimmer, and then I can take my ink distress, which is what I did, and just go over the edges, and it still shows the shimmer, which I loved. So I didn't have to have pink shimmer or blue shimmer or silver shimmer. I have the shimmer here, and when you use just the ink distressing, you can still see that it is shimmery with the color, which I loved. That is why I like this particular spray. And at the end, we will be using this Sugar Pearlescence from Bo Bunny just to give it some fun dimension. So that is how we will be doing these snowflakes. So what you want to do first is you want to glue these 2 together, and I'll go ahead and put glue on it. And you want to put it, like I said, you really do want these to be sturdy, because it's your base. It's what you're going to hang your ribbon to. It is what you're going to glue the rosettes to, and all of the rhinestones and such. And so this really needs to be kind of heavy duty just for that purpose. And I like to use a lot of glue on this. Tamara has some art glitter glue at her store, which is pretty darn awesome. I'm out of it, so I need to order some more. So today I'll be using Tombow. But I just like to back these so that they are heavy duty. And just put those on so it is pretty sturdy. So now I'm using just white cardstock. She has some really awesome linen cardstock in her shop. I do obviously still suggest you double this so you have that extra. And then what I do next, before I even do my embellishments, is I add my ribbon for my tie. So it is done, and I just like to stick it through the little holey. Just pick a spot. Some people do it underneath. I do it right at the base or right at the tip of one of the snowflakes, just so I can, it hangs longer. I just like that. And you want to use kind of littler ribbon, depending on your snowflake openings. You just don't know what size of ribbon you want to use. I personally like to use pretty good medium-sized ribbon, and I just have to be careful when I pull it through the slats. So that is what it'll look like for your tie, and you can tie it or you can tie it in a bow later, depending on how you want to do it. And this will be covered anyway with a rhinestone when you're finished. So I also picked just some pearl stickers, like the pale pearl stickers, which I actually reinforce with hot glue just to be safe. Now for these, I do like to go ahead and glue the little guys onto the centers of these just to get them started. And I just do a little bit of in the center. I don't do them fully with glue because, like I said, you don't want them to be, I just don't want them to make glue mess everywhere. And so these are glued on. These are pretty self-explanatory. I think that just depending on the style of snowflake, and if you have snowflake die cuts, use your Cricut, your Scan and Cut, your Cameo, however you see fit, but that's what those will look like. And then it's time for the rosettes. So what I like to do is, of course, I like to use hot glue because that's my favorite. So I'm going to put some hot glue down so I can start my rosette and get it all shaped and formed. I like to do like one little corner first just to get it started. I'm kind of new to the rosette world, so very new to me to be building rosettes. But I like them, and I think they're ever so beautiful. And yeah, they're gorgeous. So, well, let me see. Maybe I can't do this one on camera. Not that easy for me, like I said, because I'm very new to these. I usually like to build them. Maybe there's a trick. Maybe I need to watch more tutorials. I'm just not used to pinching. You know, they have dies for these, and I know that, but for some strange reason, I just feel like I can do them myself with my scoreboard and my regular paper and border punch them and make them all pretty. Okay, so I did do 1-inch rosettes. So there's my rosette. And then I just go ahead and I hot glue the back of this as well, because you won't see if there's any hot glue left over. And then I like to put that right over the top, just so you have that little bit of dimension, and it is really pretty. I did not do the rosettes super huge on this, only because I knew that I was going to be putting some pearlescence on it, and I just wanted to show you how you create the initial snowflake. And I do like to put the rhinestones on next, obviously. And I like to use the larger size on these little points. Just gives that little bit of extra added pretty. And don't worry about, you know, if there's any of the hot glue cobwebs. If you guys are familiar with hot glue, you can obviously take your heat gun and go right over it really quickly and all the cobwebs fly away. So this is just the one side, and obviously you do the same thing on the back. And then you will have a 3D snowflake. And yes, I know I'm quick. I've always been that way. So the same thing with the back, which I will pre-do this one, I think, off camera, because it's easier if it's right in my face. And because I don't show my face, it's just easier for me to do it like that. There we go. The start of a rosette. Like I said, I need to get better at these. I sprayed all of these with that pearlescent spray too, so I took my heat gun to it to dry it faster to do the video. I posted this on Facebook last night in one of my crafty groups and offered a tutorial, and I got rave reviews. So I thought, well, I might as well do it before I go to work today. So doing this before I go to work, folks. Okay, there is my other rosette. And again, glue this onto the back. It's just so pretty. These turn out to be just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. I really like how they turn out. And I will be making these for a craft bazaar. I made these last year, like I said, but I didn't know what I know now then. So I didn't do rosettes. I didn't do a lot of pearls. I used heavy jewelry. I didn't double them. I also had, because I'm still new to the paper crafting world, like only 2 years in. So last year I had like this little tiny spell binders die cutter, and my snowflakes were just not all that great. And I only had 2 dies back then, so they all looked kind of the same. See, this is where you know this will be covered. This one piece will be covered kind of by the pearl, so just kind of reinforces it. These actually, I believe these little pearls came from the Dollar Tree. I just reinforced them with hot glue because, you know, they're an ornament, so people are going to want to touch them and play with them. So here is your ornament. Isn't that gorgeous? And you can now almost see the shimmer. I wonder if you can. It's just so beautiful. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the Bow Bunny. And I love this pearlescence, like a lot. Like a lot. And I think it just gives the prettiest dimension, and it looks like snow. And what I want to do here is I want to just do just the tips of a few places just to give it a little bit of a snow-kissed feel where I didn't have rhinestones. And it gives that effect of snow, you guys. This stuff is so awesome. And it comes out pretty generously too, so it looks like snow, which is what I want it to look like. Do you see that? It's so pretty. And then, of course, I'm going to do the tips of these. So these look like snow as well. And they're just so gorgeous. Oh, so pretty. And then I'm going to do these little rounders too, just to give that little bit of extra. And of course, while that dries, I can do the side tomorrow. The other side later, actually. So this is my finished snowflake, folks. It's actually pretty simple if you know how to do rosettes and if you know how to do all of those extra goodies. Like I said, I really love, I wonder if I turn off this light if you can see it better. There, you can see some of the shimmer. Just super beautiful, and I love that snow shimmer stuff from, I mean, it's called Pearlescence, so definitely check out Tamara's store for these 2 products. They are amazing. I also use score tape from her store for my rosettes. That's how I close the ends of my rosettes. I do believe that that helps instead of regular glue because the score tape is really strong. So, all right, folks, thank you so much for coming today. And I am so happy to share with you my quick little tutorial on my beautiful snowflake ornaments. And they really are beautiful. And what a great gift, right? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful gift. So, folks, thanks for coming today and have a blessed day.